All right, hello. Welcome to the stream. Get started here in just a moment. So get some chance for people to join here. All right, hello everyone. Welcome back for the first Coaster College live stream in probably about 4 or 5 years. So hang with me if I get anything screwed up with the old YouTube here. But we're going to be doing just some casual animation here. This is in Blender. This is for the What Really Happened, which will be coming out not next week, but the week, or sorry, not this week, but the week after. The agenda for tonight is simply to work on this animation. I think we're going to be working on the ride vehicle next. I got a few reference images we're going to pull up, and we will be working on that. Let me know what you guys can see. There is going to be a little bit more stream delay than those older streams that we used to do. As I've selected a higher bitrate, so that way the quality isn't awful for you guys. But we're not going to be doing any trivia or anything like we used to do back in the good old days. We're going to be sticking to some nice casual animation. Feel free to ask any questions. I am by no means a Blender expert, so there's definitely some things that may not be the most efficient that I'll be doing. Some things that could be done better. So try not to judge it too much, but we should be a nice casual fun stream. And yeah, set up no limits 2 coaster challenge. What would that even be? Just no limits 2? I never got into no limits. Anytime I've had to use it, I have someone else make it for me. But I did get a nice plugin to switch no limits track like splines into Blender curves, so that way I can animate things. It actually worked really cool, really well, but I haven't done anything with it yet. All right, well, yeah, I agree with that, Mr. Mako. I was not exactly, this slide was not really the most well designed to begin with, so we will hopefully be doing we'll probably end up doing a better job than the actual manufacturer. Alright, so let's get started here. We are going to do the old We're going to start with the old ride vehicle. Let's get that done now. So start with the old tools here. Let me pull up a reference image, and actually let me add that to the frame so you guys can see it as well, so you know what we're working with. I gotta figure out which one of these files it is, because we don't name things. Let's go with this one. Just need this over here just as a reference. More for you guys. I have it pulled up on a second monitor, but you guys won't be able to see that. So we have an idea what we're going with here with this ride vehicle. Dude, I'm playing the old Epidemic sound, so we're going to skip this song. Just got it playing a whole list of music, so hopefully don't get too bored. See the chat doing here. Dude, I know the stairs on Verrückt are like ridiculous. You used what on a project about the safety of... Oh, Verrückt. That makes sense. Cover more waterslide accidents? I would love to. Waterslides are very cool. I have more recently started to get into water slides. I honestly couldn't have... You asked me 2 years ago anything about a water slide, I couldn't have told you a thing. But as of late, gotten a lot more into the whole slide side of the industry here. We need 3 seats. I'm gonna make sure this is scaled. Similarly for our trough here. 3 seats here. Funny enough, the way I'm kind of designing this is kind of similar to how the slide was actually designed. Very on the fly, no actual design credentials were in existence for the designers, which is kind of scary. This was quite the accident. Do an episode about Pro Slide. So what would the episode about Pro Slide entail? Because I hear 2 things. I talked to Pro Slide at IAPA, and they were like the friendliest people in the world, and like literally amazing. And I've ridden their slides, and they're awesome, except for a few of them that are kind of rough. But their raft slides, incredible. Any tube slide, they're fantastic. I'm just not much of a body slide person, I guess. But what do you mean by a Pro Slide video? Just like how awesome they are, or have they done something bad? I know CF isn't the biggest fan of them, or SF. Yes, the channel did used to be named GP2 Enthusiasts. Alright, I'm liking that. Although, honestly, might start over, because I think this has too many vertices. Let's do that. Maybe not quite 6, maybe like 12. Yeah, we'll go 12. I think that's, yeah, that's better. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. Oh, that's also not right. I need a odd number of vertices. Or, this is what I say why I'm not a Blender Pro by any means. Actually, yeah, I think I see. Ah, yes, a video about their awesome slides, and then they made a ton of slides for Wet and Wild. Yeah, they really are an interesting company. I talked to them at IAPA, and they are by far the friendliest ride manufacturer I've ever talked to. I both times I talked to them, it was a good 45-minute to an hour discussion with them. They are awesome. Super friendly, very knowledgeable. I'm going to keep this shape, even though it's slightly off. I'm going to kind of YOLO send it because who's going to notice? All of you guys, now that you're watching this, I could just do the old. Ah, yeah, there we go. It's equal. Just don't question it. Scale that up a little bit. We're going to end up double stacking these. I think we're a little too long there. Shade smooth, and there we go. That's looking a little bit more like that. Yeah. All right, let me check the old chat here. Welcome, channel members. Roasting GP videos like 5 years ago. Yep, that was how we started. I have gotten airtime on a water slide, and I think that is the best. I'm gonna be honest. Roller coasters, love them. Always have, always will. But water slides are so much more interesting to me these days, just as something new, I think. Water sliding rendering should have had an elevator. Yeah, it really should have had an elevator, but I mean, the slide was about as ghetto as it gets, so I think the stairs fit it well. No, I never got an email from the president of Moser Rides. I don't think I reached out to Moser Rides, but I never got a response from our guys at SBL either. Yeah, I don't know how anyone thought a slide like that was a good idea either. I am excited for Siren's Curse. I think it'll be a very fun ride. What ideas do you have for this year's April Fool's video? That's got to remain top secret. Water slide water coasters are better than actual water coasters. I could not agree more. That is absolutely true. That is the one thing Cedar Point is lacking, is a real water coaster. Why did I do that? Alright, let's scale this a tiny bit more. I think we need to be a little smaller, longer, a little wider. And we're going to double stack these. Not quite that small. I'll go in relative sizes here. None of the animations I've ever made have been actual, like, true to size. It's all just relative to a reference object. So in this case, I made this staircase first, and that was accurate to the photo, but you know, actual size, if you were to measure it, it's probably like either giant or tiny. Orlando Freefall was done just purely in sections. I won't be going to IAPA this year, which is very sad. I went the last 3 years. I think I need a break from it. We'll see about next 2025 as potentially a show ambassador or something like that. We'll see. But that's not guaranteed, of course. Top Thrill Dragster did get stuck at the top of the tower. There's a video on YouTube of it. It happened a couple times, I think. In either case, they went up there and pushed it down. Yeah, the only downside with water slides is their capacity, but thankfully, water coasters do try and solve that. I actually had quite the... That was part of my discussion with ProSlide. Because, I mean, I when I first talked to them, I knew nothing about water slides or water coasters for that matter. But they were like, oh, yeah, you know, our water coasters have block sections. Like, they have block sections? Like, yeah, you shut off the water, and, you know, it'll stop the raft. Or turn off the LIM or LSM, whatever they use. Those things are awesome. Like, you ever ridden a hydromagnetic launch water coaster? They are the best. That's what this slide should have been. Had ProSlide design it. It would be in operation today, and it would be awesome. All right, so I think we got a good basis here. I think we can use a pretty simple object for the floor here. I don't think we need anything fancy. Let's do the old cube. And we'll just scale it. Be a little larger than we need, and we'll just mess with the old vertices here at the end. This is a crude and simple way of doing this, but who cares? Holy vertices. That right there will just about do it. Make sure we're all the way down. And that will do. Said crude and simple is the best, because now we just saved a bunch of time. All right, let's go back to the old chat here. Water slides need block zones. I privated the old Orlando freefall video because it wasn't accurate anymore. There was new information out by the time that I privated it that basically made it, like, the speculation in it was no longer accurate. Yeah, water slides can have block sections. Yeah, I'm excited for Project 305. It's a nice ride. Hopefully it gets the retheme it deserves. Yes, water jets on water coasters can be very cold. I did Rocket Blast at Waldameer this summer the first time. That that was cold. Didn't help it was already like 60 degrees out. But yeah, it was something. What prevents river rapids boats from flipping over? Gravity? I don't know. Buoyancy? I have to research it more. Let's not get intimate in ProSlide together. Although everyone tells me ProSlide's like the intimate of water slides. What's everyone's number one slide? I would say my number one slide is Lahala Wave at Aquatica Orlando. It's a whitewater, but man, is that a good slide. It doesn't look like much, and on the same tower there is a much more thrilling looking slide, but it is not more thrilling. Why don't they let the guy who makes the funny jokes on the mic at Magnum anymore? So for the record, I don't work there anymore, but I know who you're talking about. A guy named Micah, and Micah, from what I've heard, haven't spoken to him directly, chose to end the jokes because it was getting too out of hand. I guess people were traveling from out of state to go ride Magnum because of it, so it was too out of hand, so they went ahead and called it there. I think we can do this with a cube. It's probably our best bet. We can do a seat here. We'll bevel it. Looks a little wide. We do also possibly have to animate the restraints on this slide, which I'm not sure how I'm going to do, but they were Velcro, so that's something. Krakatoa at Volcano Bay. That is a great water slide. That's probably in my top 3 if I had to rank them. Care Curl, that's also, yep, that is a great slide as well. Pro slide. Good airtime. Stingray, Kalahari, Sandusky. Is that the outdoor pro slide, Zoe? The blue one? I have not ridden that if that's the case. I've done the indoor slides at Kalahari, but not the outdoor. He worked at Castaway Bay with Micah. That's funny. Yes, they designed it with an airtime hill with Velcro restraints. Your mom sent the updated slingshot video. That's funny. Alright, let's do this. The problem with live streaming this is productivity drops to 0. Let's... Dude, I use this song in like every What Really Happened. Oh, holy crap, that's not what I meant. Do that. Nope. Alright, you know how to do this, come on. I could have just loop cut. Let's do that. Be smarter. Come to repeat. Bevel. Oop, I screwed that up. Now we're getting somewhere. Ooh, that's not what I want. Let's check the chat. Oh, we got 48 in here. That's pretty good for having not streamed in 5 years. The outdoor green one, yeah. I think it's a pro slide. That is a slide I really want to get on, Zoe. I did not get out there this year, but I am excited for the new slide at Kalahari Sandusky. Some kind of wave slide. I think it might be by Vigond. It's either Vigond or Whitewater West. Either way, it looks like a very nice slide. Velcro restraints. Yeah, and it was supposed to be, I think, class 4 or 5 by ASTM. So it was pretty bad that they went with Velcro restraints. If you visit any international theme park in the world, it would be Europa Park for me. That place looks incredible. Should be called live Q. Yeah. I'm kind of falling behind here. We're not doing much animating Verrückt. We're doing a lot of live Q&A. We do a part 2 to the slingshot accidents video. I don't see why not. I don't know if there's been all that many more. Maybe a couple more. Dawnbreaker. Yeah, that's the name. I forgot about it. I plan to ride it once it opens. How Cedar Point's water park? It's there. There's better water parks for sure. There's also worse water parks, but it's not very great. we're not doing a whole lot with this right here. That's not going to be any good either. Will this dissolve? Nope. Let's not do that. All right. Well, we're gonna roll with this. Let me do. Here, I got a good idea. This fixes all mistakes. We're going for a subdivision surface. Oh yeah, dude, that's what we want right there. No. Well, okay, that's not what we want. Let's do a, no, solidify might actually help us here. Let's thin this out. All right, well, that's also not helping us. This is the problem with animating while streaming is you forget everything you know. I can make this in, you know, an hour, this slide part. But making a freaking seat back is just an absolute disaster. Dude, you gotta learn Blender. It's the way of the future. Banshee accident, I don't plan to cover it because I mean, what are you gonna say? Guy jumped the fence. I mean, guess I can't say much. I did Batman, but I feel like that's the jumping a fence accident. So once you've done one, it's not that different. Yeah, second best water park in Sandusky. Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree, Zoe. Shores is it's there. It's okay. I get in for free, so it's pretty good for free. I'll say that. All right, focus. Let's get some actual work done. Let's do cylinder. Use this as a base. This might work a little bit better. Put this away. I don't need that anymore. Whoops. We are in 3D here. Yeah, we can delete this bottom vertice. I think we're in a bit of a better situation here with this. Thing is, I've done like coaster seat backs, and they're way more complex than this needs to be. And like, I did them faster than this. This is a disaster right now. We're gonna skip tracks. Need some more. Yeah, there we go. This is no. There we go. That's what we need. There did used to be 6 water parks in Sandusky, which is just excessive for a place that's winter half the year. You know, I guess it's kind of close to Halloween that this will be uploaded. Let me see, calendar here. We are looking at the 26th that this will be uploaded, so we're close to Halloween. I said focus, and no, nothing. Actually, not done. Let's do something like that. Let's do a bevel here. A bevel here. Now we're cooking. This is looking better. All right, let's get some faces on this thing. Oh God, why are we so much wider? Knew it looked slightly off. How did this happen? I'm gonna manually try and fix this and hope that it's just small enough in the actual final product that nobody actually notices. Yeah, that looks good enough. Sick. Alright, we got a seat back. Can't wait to see the comments on this final video saying, oh, that seat back is awkwardly shaped. Looks like a freaking headstone. Which I guess I'm not gonna say that. I still wanna. Can we? Oh, not good. Really not good. Well, I mean, it actually kind of gets the look we're going for, but let's check the old chat here. I've not been on Summit Plummet yet. That might be a list for this year, though. Odd shape, yeah. Yes, very silly shape. Thank you. Any progress on the Canopy Coaster-like content on the second channel? Not yet. That is something I've been thinking about, what I want it to look like. It'll probably be a after October thing. But we'll see with that one. Let's. No, we're not doing that. Let's do. Solidify, be my friend. No, never mind. Nope, no modifiers. Alright, well, what if we just do the old shade smooth? Holy crap, that is not what we want. You know what? We're gonna roll with this. Angle that seat back a little. Widen this up. We're looking a little more familiar. Let's add the old array. Bruh. You. We'll just do it like this. I think we might need a slightly longer raft. So whoever's up there is getting kind of squished. That's looking a little better. Now we got ourselves a little raft. Shade these smooth. And that's not looking half bad. We can do a little bit better spacing here. Back that one back a little. We got ourselves something decent there. That'll get the job done. This is a simple animation after all. So, debating on if we add supports or not to this. If you guys think I should, then maybe we will. Could be a tonight project, a real quick one. And if not, then we won't. We could just YOLO send it without. I will be adding some fencing up here at the top of the drop, just for making this animation look a little bit more realistic, as that's something people will notice. But I do not plan to do the rest. Let's get rid of this reference image here. Let's do a little bit of joining and coloring. Alright, so rafts themselves are basically like a light greenish. Supports, yes, supports. Let's read the old chat here. Why don't you vlog amusement park trips anymore? Because no one was watching them, and other people do vlogs better, so I'll leave it to them. About 3 Maverick pieces, I'm not surprised. I really would like to go to Schlitterbahn New Braunfels. That is a top tier anticipated park for me. Yes, this could have been very easily prevented if they had just not put a giant airtime hill on the slide. And it was a very poorly profiled airtime hill. So here, I'll show you the matchup to the reference image here. We got it pretty spot on, I like to think. And I mean, it just like it had a shallow ascent, but a really steep descent, which I think is what our culprit was here. So very, very interesting choice. We can go ahead and join these. The floor is a different color, so we'll keep that separate. Let's go ahead and add some texture to this. Go with kind of a teal, but a darker teal. It's getting pretty close there. Turn the roughness down a little bit, and we'll do a little bit of a clear coat. Oh yeah, that's looking good right there. And this is also, this can all be joined. I believe these are all the same color as well. It's a very similar material to the other one, but it has a little bit darker of a blue. We'll go material 19, make a little copy here. Change this one to a bluish, and this one can a little bit more roughness, a little bit less. A little more roughness. We're a little too reflective still. Let's cut that out. Yeah, that's getting the job done there, I think. And let's check it out in the rendered view. Say that just about gets the job done. Can add a little more details if we want. It looks like Magnum. Oh god, I hope not. Did you hate it when you work hard on a video and it doesn't do well? Yeah. Best water park I've been to, Volcano Bay. Love that place. Very generic answer, I know. I haven't been to too many water parks yet. Nicest, though, that's not Volcano Bay. I was very impressed by Waldemere's Water World. Very nice water park for such a small park. No steep drop tube slides. Well, this was a steep drop tube slide. There's some pretty steep drops on tube slides. They're usually just kind of hidden between elements. Worst water park I've been to? Well, I haven't been to many, but this is going to sound bad. This is going to sound really bad and honestly unfair because it's not that bad, but Cedar Point Shores. But it's a decent water park. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not spectacular. All right, let's join these and get ourselves a raft. And we will leave that there for now. We said we were going to do supports, so let's do some supporting. Back down here to the bottom of the tower. Let's pull up well, we can use this reference image. Blurry as it is, as our supports. Oh. And raise this up just a little bit so we can see the full supports. Yeah, Darien Lakes Water Park looks all right. Blizzard Beach looks very nice. I'd like to get there soon. Haven't been yet. I was an operator for amusement rides. I guess I have been an operator for an amusement ride in the last 365 days. I was the operator for the carousel at the Merry-Go-Round Museum. All right, let's get ourselves a cylinder here. We can do some simple supports. I don't think these need to be anything fancy. Let's get out of the rendered view here so we don't kill the computer. I think just some cylinders with cross ties will do. And then, yeah, I think cylinders, cross ties, and just 3D it, mirror it. We should have something there, so let's get started on this. Let's do our first segment. We'll build it in segments and maybe array it. Let's see. This to be maybe half our height. So we'll double it to get to the actual slide. You can be a little fast and loose with these supports as well, because it doesn't have to be exact. Do that, and let's it's easier. This will be one of our cross ties here. We need this to be about half the length of one width of a support. Let's move this up. And for a little added realism here, let's do a little extruded and beveled. Not beveled, widened. That way it looks like we got a connection joint. Something like that there. Nothing fancy, but it'll get the job done. Let's raise that up just a tad. And join these, and then mirror it on itself. Oh yeah, there we go. Looking better. Liking it already. How are we looking relative to the slide? Oh, we're pretty much spot on centered. Lovely. Do think our supports may need to be a little bit wider. We'll fix that before we end up submitting the mirror here. Dude, I also use this in What Really Happened. Oh, crap. Thank you, Blender, for being easy to use. Said no one ever. Yeah, just like that. There we go. Really working with relative size here, so as long as it looks relatively correct, I'm not going to be upset. Happy with that. Let's fix this now. It's a little wider. And a little higher up. Check the old chat here. Fury's not garbage, but it's not the best ride of Carowinds. We got the Copperhead Strike for that. Alright. Looking good. Let's go ahead and do our cross ties here. Be a lot thinner. And I've got a simple galvanized steel texture we'll be throwing on this. Oops. Looking pretty good. Copy it. Do a 180 here. Brain computing. Hold on here. That's better, I think. Maybe one more. 60 degrees. Make this one just a tiny bit smaller to remove some of that clipping. And I think we got a nice little cross tie here. Join it all together. Let's throw on our galvanized steel. Let's check it out in the rendered view, see how it's looking. I like it. Simple, but effective. Don't like how long it is. Let's fix that real quick. And let's stack them. So it looks like our supports, at the first part here, it's just one individual support, which we'll make now. But then it looks like it's kind of a grid structure and all the supports connect. But it looks like only 3 actual connection points to the slide trough on this first drop area anyway. But I may have to look at some more reference photos. Oh, dude, Magnum's the best hyper coaster ever made. The best coaster ever made. It's my number 1. Mako is my number 2. See, we've descended into the usual coaster debates. It's like nothing changed from 5 years ago when I last streamed. Oh, dude. Bad guys. Alright. Let me go ahead and copy this. We have a backup for the rest of the supports, and we'll slide this right on over. Like I said, not doing anything fancy with it, so I think what we got there will probably be good. I might just increase the size of that top box up here, box support, whatever you call it. Bruh. Increase the size of this here. Ooh, that'll work. Let's get the size we want and shorten it there. And I think we got something pretty good with this here. Raise it up just below where it appears. It's intersecting with our slide supports, which is good. Not going to do any fancy connections or anything. Let's check how it looks in the rendered view. Looking pretty sweet. Looking pretty sweet. Like it. Alright, so we'll keep that. We got 1 support down. The rest should be easy because we can copy them. Mystic Timbers is very mid. That's a mid ride. We still looking good here. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Alright, we'll keep this and let's just see how high we need to go here. We're gonna have to mess around with this one a little bit more since we don't have the luxury of moving the support around to make it fit. We may actually do that with that one too. Oh, dude, I had those all lined up. I should have kept that all. Let me just do this. Ah, pretty darn close, I gotta say. That's not bad. Alright, so it looks like cross-tie supports down to the next step somewhere in the middle here, which we'll go ahead and make. And then we just connect them all, and we should be good. Let's lower this here. Again, these supports are not really going to be a focus of any animation. They're just kind of going to be in the background, so I'm not going to be too picky about how they end up looking. The slide trough and everything, you know, that's going to be focused on. I've got some effects here, which we can go ahead and play. This is how we're going to be doing the actual water motion. This I care a lot more about. That's our water here. We're going to up the particles on that for the actual animation. And for anyone who knows Blender, this will be done with EV and not cycles, because I want to have this out next week, not next month. Although my last What Really Happened was all done in cycles, so I prefer to use cycles when we can, but we do have time constraints. Good there. forward a little bit. All right, chat, what do we say? I could leave it here, and we would have decent-looking supports, or do I go and do all the cross ties and stuff? Obviously, we're still going to do the airtime hill, so that will get done either way. Should we mess around with cross ties, or leave this as it is? Yes, I do make these animations myself. That's why these videos take so darn long. Debunked are the best videos now. That's a hot take. Theme park nonsense all the way. All right. It does take a second for the chat to come through, so. All the cross ties for real. Dude, you guys hate me. I know, I just don't like doing them. I'm going to have to do some sizing, but screw it, we're going to do it. When you guys watch the animation, you can thank yourselves for it being done. Get these spaced accordingly before we start this project. Looks pretty good. Pull this forward just a hair. How are we looking? Good. All right, let's apply these arrays. Widen these so that they're all the same. That topology for this netting is insane. Can I? Oh, heck yeah, we can. Thank you. That will do there. Just this one. Oops. Intersects slightly with our supports here, but who cares? No one's gonna see this. Except you guys. That'll do. Alright, let's do these cross ties. Maybe a little thicker. Degrees. A little steeper angle. 55 degrees. Let's do 45. Yeah, there we go. Back enough. Go. Same deal. Let's shrink this just a hair. No, that's not the right angle. Oops. There we go. Coaster Middle School. Look at that. I made Coaster College do extra work. Yeah, get an extra credit for this. Coaster Collage. Well, reading the legal document that's serving as the accident report for this video, I'm not surprised this ride had supports because they were done by an outside company, shockingly. So that is why it has supports, but the manufacturer of these supports was very concerned with the schedule that they were on. They were apparently very rushed, and yeah, it was a whole thing, so... Not surprised. This ride probably wouldn't have lasted too long even if it didn't have an accident, because it was... sounds like a mechanical nightmare. It was also part of the accident report, is it was in rough shape by the time the accident did happen. Why are we going over there? That's not what I want. If we do this... ah, yeah, there we go. Bruh. Let's apply them here. What are we doing? Alright, well. Well, we're getting closer. Bro, oh, array. What are we doing here? We need to set our origin. What are we doing? Oh, it's because we're on local. Maybe. Yes, that was it. No, that was not it. Try now. Bruh, what is this? And this is why you don't learn Blender. Apply rotation on your object. Ah, the actual object. Ah, how do I apply rotation? Someone's going to tell me. Control A. Thank you. Thank you so much. And this is why we do live chat streams. Let's just check here. Is this the right size? No, we're going to have to rescale slightly, which is fine. I'm okay with just scaling the whole object. I think we'll be all right. If we do just a... Wait, I gotta apply the rotation. That's why things are weird. Haha! Thank you, person. You are the best. And back to the old array. Beautiful. No, I still need to add textures for these. I'll just do that by joining. Let's check it out in the rendered view. Ah, yeah, we're looking good. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much, Yasu. You are incredible. Alright, folks. Well, it is getting late, so we're not going to keep this stream going forever. This is more of a test, if anything, to see how we could integrate this in the future, see if you guys are interested in content like this. These animations do take considerable amount of time, and we've done a good job setting this up. We're going to do some more work tomorrow, and then we're actually going to have to set up the animations themselves, which will take a bit of time, a little bit of work. Be happy to show that off to you all as well. But it is late here. We do have work in the morning, so it's going to be calling it here, but I do appreciate all of you tuning into this stream, checking things out, and let me know if you want to see more content like this. But thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for all the help. We're going to go light on the textures, Mr. Pat Texture. What you see is pretty much what you get. We're also doing EVs, so we're gonna make this pretty simple. But you all have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. We'll have more of these streams in the future if you guys want to see it. And we'll see ya next time.